Returning to the CryptoQ media channel brings us joy. Salutations, all. Even in bull markets, this kind of thing happens from time to time. So let's talk about what's happening with cryptocurrency prices lately, more precisely the last 24 to 48 hours. All sorts of things could happen, some of which would be bad. The most unsettling aspect of this volatility is that it remains inside a narrow range for extended periods of time, often lasting months. There will be no more lettuce hands to sell. Thus the price will start to increase again after enough of them have been removed from the market. No one knows what's going to happen, and I don't think this will be any different. However, if we are discussing likelihood, I can alert you to the fact that other XRP chart analysts have come to the same conclusion, according to one of them. I have to confess, I completely agree. Anyone can rationally conclude that this is the best course of action, even if they lack expertise in charts. It is evident that this asset class moves in lockstep. A complex network surrounds XRP. If XRP experiences real growth, especially in the altcoin arena, it will astound and surprise everyone. You won't believe it. Let us be clear. I am not from a wealthy family or anything. I am not a financial advisor, so please don't let my advice influence your investment choices. Creating videos on YouTube about cryptocurrency is something I like doing for fun. I'm just an enthusiast. Alright, I will try my best to make this video short because my last one went on for longer than intended. In my opinion, the 25 minutes were money well spent. However, at the moment, I have a little less time to complete my tasks than I had anticipated. The most current updates to the SEC v Ripple case were covered in my last video. In addition to these, based on a new SEC document that was given to Court Torres, it appears that SEC and Ripple are poised to settle their dispute for $102.6 million. SEC's stated goal of $2 billion falls short by $1,000 when presented to Judge Torres. Oh, and I totally disproved it. It perplexes me why some powerful individuals persist in believing that, notwithstanding how clear it is that it is not true. I would greatly appreciate it if you could see the final video. But I promise to try my best to keep this one short and sweet. Currently, one XRP token will set you back 48 cents. Price of one Bitcoin, $66,355. Bucks. Anxieties around cryptocurrency and a green index of 74.0. In spite of all the uncertainty, things aren't that bad. Looking at the 24-hour data, Bitcoin's volatility is evident, dipping as low as $65,310. Here is the 7-day chart. In my opinion, that is correct. For many, this is a terrifying prospect, especially considering that Bitcoin's price has been consistently around $70,000 recently. It makes sense to me. Because of its market-following nature, XRP took a major beating. From its 46-cent low, XRP has risen slightly, which isn't necessarily a problem. This is a chart covering the past 7 days. View this chart for the past 24 hours. Having said that, the negative sentiments voiced on social media platform X have absolutely no effect on me. A lot of individuals are what I'm looking forward to. We are nothing more than biological robots. Basically, I think they will keep doing what they're doing, which is in line with what we've seen in previous market cycles. There is no difference whatsoever in terms of heredity or personality traits. This entire group is still going strong. I trust this meets your expectations. Just knowing that will prevent me from acting in such a manner. A chart analyst going by the handle Rect Proof has written this post. Credible Crypto, an analyst I greatly admire, shared it with the comment, "Let's effing go Rect Proof on Team Bulla," a reference to one of the platform's most composed traders, whose insightful tweets have taught me a great deal. Incidentally, I had him bookmarked on my channel before I even realized I was following him. Even though I follow a lot of people, not all of their postings show up in my feeds, so his popularity defies that. Approximately 243,700 Randalls. Followers, and even if I didn't, I'd be amazed. You're teaching crypto to everyone, aren't you? Because Credible Crypto asserts that I learned from him. Observing that is really fascinating. Curiously, I asked myself, what on earth is he talking about, since I was intrigued. I won't bother you with his whole thread, but basically he was criticizing this most recent action. Time is of the importance, so I'll just say that. Everything that happened lined up with his hastily written forecasts, which he posted as early as May 30th. I can't believe this still occurs, even in bull markets. People, it's unbelievable. This asset class has never witnessed a bull run like this one. The one after that, too. In a bull market, you may expect it to be accurate, and the increasing investment is straightforward to understand. Consequently, market manipulation becomes more challenging in situations involving large sums of money, and there was undeniably a great deal more frenzy a decade ago. This is yet another piece by chart expert Ali Martinez. He claims that Bitcoin must once again surpass $66,254 quickly to avoid a potential drop of $61,100. He uploaded that very recently, during the nighttime. Currently, it has surpassed the $66,339 threshold significantly. He thinks that level is important to monitor, since it is not yet known whether there will be a reversal shakeout. There is some debate. Therefore, experts are essentially recommending a coin flip. That is, according to my understanding. But, for the simple reason that it is unimportant in the overall context. There has been no damage to bull run. That is all we will be talking about for the time being. It is at that point where the uncertainty arises. This post is up here by Ki-Young Ju. He is the CEO and founder of CryptoQuant. The chart depicting the entry price for Bitcoin traders might provide you with a better understanding of human behavior. It captivates me, taking into account the fact that the vendor. So, if the price is much lower than it is at the moment, perhaps you could dive quite a bit and overcome your fear. Nevertheless, a lot of people get terrified when they buy something new and then there's a big drop. The truth is, isn't everything relative? Feeling lousy about one's financial situation is common when it goes into the red. It was pointed out by him that the average cost to enter the Bitcoin trading market is $47,000. The fact that the price of Bitcoin usually stays higher than the trader's entry price means that a 27% loss in price would still be considered a bull market. Keep an optimistic view for the future, but be careful not to put yourself in harm's way. I suppose we may trust his word that this is financial advice, since he is absolutely right. Almost everyone on the planet should avoid doing things like using leverage, taking unwarranted risks, spending more money than they can afford to lose in the event of an error, and similar practices. That is used by an excessive amount of people. But in light of Bitcoin's fall to $65,000, the following is what the crowd is saying, as reported by a chain analytics firm. Fell to a level not seen since May 16. If we notice that smaller traders are consistently afraid, uncertain, and panicked after a loss, we could be able to detect a temporary increase in purchasing chances, and we often hear more people talking about selling or taking profits after a decline. I agree that the market is driven by small-scale traders and regular people who speculate on the stock market. Their existence is greatly appreciated. Fortunately, I do not fit their behavioral profile. I think it's for the best that I'm not that. I am thankful that they exist, even when their completely ridiculous, irrational, and negligent decisions produce the instability. Profiting from volatility is the whole point of investing. I mean, why would you want to invest in something that will just sit there and do nothing? They are the complete moron responsible for making investment more volatile, and I don't think that's what investors are intended to do. It means the world to me. The post's author, Jelly, is an expert in chart analysis. Anyone who has spent more than 5 seconds here knows that this is just the beginning. You should expect this from them because their perspective is in line with it. From this vantage point, it appears like the price of Bitcoin has increased substantially in the past, so it is difficult to imagine that this time is different. I still don't think it matters much, so let's set aside the having thing for a second. I'm all for respectful disagreement. Sure thing. However things turn out, liquidity cycles that resemble the 4-year cycle, though they are not exact replicas, are still ongoing. Thus the cycle is likely to start any day now. Whatever, I understand. No matter what, I agree with the final phrase about having a hard time believing, this time is different. That is the end of the video. It would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe and like my channel. Thank you so much, leave.